So this start off with Mr. Fantastic up here fighting Dr. Doom, right? But come to find out, it was all in the comic. Did y'all know that Marvel is canon in Marvel? Look at that shit. They reading the Marvel comics right here. He even says it. Those Marvel bozos always give Stretcho the best zingers, but really it was me with that pogo line. Anyway, that was all Ben's girlfriend narrating all that shit of what's going on. We go to the real story now, where the Thing and fucking Mr. Fantastic is being controlled by this motherfucker that can reality warp your mind and make everybody in the world forget about you. So Thing and Mr. Fantastic up here trying to fuck them up, and she, the blind girl, his Ben's girl, she's like fucking, she's scared. She's like, he's acting the way that everybody be making him seem like a fucking monster. This is when we get the backstory to that fucking monster that's up there controlling them and shit. We get this shit. It said we got it back in Tales of Astonish, issue 23. It was they're a race of fucking aliens that can use ultra frequency energy waves to basically spread them out and everybody forget about them. When their conquest to take over the world failed, him and his forces left after erasing humanity's memories of their present. But Zargar decided to stay. That's the girl that's right there fucking controlling them all in the first place. Through time, she's been erasing people's minds and memories and shit so they can build up this underground utopia. So back to the fight, fucking Thing is beating the fuck out of that fucking invisible force field shit while Mr. Fantastic is squeezing the shit out of it. That's when motherfucking Johnny and Flamo, the sentient fucking flame that he can make and can go out and do his thing and cloning him, saved their ass. And the blind girl had an idea. She basically want them to fucking bring this bubble to Johnny so they can fucking fuse their powers together. So Miss Invisible Woman make her fucking invisible thing fucking big as hell so it can stretch out his shit. Then she catapulted herself out to the fucking side of it, right? Went to Johnny. Then her and the blind girl and Johnny came together and like molded the fucking the invisible fucking damn force field shit into a flaming invisible octopus that was out here fucking shit up. Man, this shit was out here beating the shit out of motherfuckers. This shit was cold. So Reed and fucking the Thing was up there adapting to that fucking thing though, right? So they had to come up with something else. That something else was a invisible fucking mech thing, right? This bitch can shoot fucking, look at Johnny. He's the fucking power source for him shooting fire and shit. These motherfuckers coming together and making some cold ass constructs. They grabbed Mr. Fantastic and shit, slammed the shit out his ass. Then they said that our invisible mech brings them right to that line where they basically they got a damage line where they can get knocked the fuck out. And that's what the fuck that thing did, knock their ass the fuck out. That damn alien thing fucking smacked the shit out of Johnny, right, and took control of his ass, and now his ass is under her control, and this motherfucker makes 5 fucking sentient flame versions of itself. Then they all get on motherfucking Invisible Woman. This is where fucking they show off for Invisible Woman. She been getting hella fucking clout during this run. So her ass get flamed up by, as you see under me, she gets flamed up by all 5 of their ass, right? She comes out charred in the motherfucker. So the Thing tried to fucking take over their ass too, but the damn invisibility shield shit that's protecting them for her waves is still over them. That's because that shit was all a trick, as you see at the bottom. Invisible Woman said it was a trap to lure Zart, whatever fuck her name is, close and trick her into using her full strength, only to reflect it back at her with an invisible periodic dish. Susan made her hair invisible so it looked burnt off. She bent light to make her clothes look ruined. And she turned the top layers of her skin transparent, selectively darkening the spectrum of her blood and muscle to speculate 4th degree burns. Fuck this thing up. When they did that, right, that was how they won. She made Zagar, whatever fucking name, forget about herself and her powers forever. And without them, she's much less of a tyrant. So with that damn utopia at the bottom, they fucking basically used the people and shit because they remembered after a little bit of time, they remembered who the fuck they is, and they started to use that shit and made their own little store and shit down there. And there's been benefits too. Sue and Johnny's teamwork has improved, and now they just fucking making shit out of creativity and shit because they can do whatever the fuck they can imagine with their power. And it ended with the Thing up here reading them comics again. It's clobbering time. You seen from my last video to his wife. And that's the end of the Fantastic Four, issue 9.